I do believe in abundance. I don't believe in scarcity when it comes to available voiceover work. I try to keep my ears to the tracks when it comes to other people's podcasts, other voiceover people, YouTube channel, and what kind of the gurus and coaches are saying out there, the prognosticators of where the industry is going and different things like that. And I hear so many of the voiceover pros, so many experts, so many VO talent bemoaning the lack of voiceover work and scared or grumpy about low VO prices. And on one hand, I get it. I really do. I get it because if you're first starting and you're trying to roll that boulder up the hill of starting a business and starting a voiceover business, it can seem like everybody else is getting the jobs or there's just no jobs out there. And with the advent of AI, artificial intelligence voices, and they're stealing some low-level, low-paying jobs, some low-hanging fruit out there. With that and the advent of Fiverr and Upwork and some of these free platforms, it seems like the VO industry pay scale is starting to go down. And it probably is because of supply and demand. But then I think of myself and I say, Todd, you're on track this year to earn $300,000 in voiceover again, and that'll be the third year in a row. And so I think to myself, okay, but what has been your experience? And just so you know, this was accomplished, and I know my business was established, but it was accomplished when a lot of voiceover talent in the last 3 years were going down because of the pandemic and now because of all of the economic things and the global unrest and things like that. My income has stayed basically the same than it has over the last 3 or 4 years. And I thought about this. Here's direct email marketing math in my mind, using the fishing analogy. Fishing a lot, that is getting it out there and putting it in a lot of ponds and streams and oceans and whatever, getting your poles,
getting your lines.
Yep, getting as
there.
many as you can out there. Marketing, direct email marketing especially. Fishing a lot plus fishing a long time. In other words, persevering and patience and persistence.
Not only amount, but longevity. That's
right.
What you're saying.
Lots and a long time plus, and this was my point about the fishing thing, non-finicky fishing. If you're a finicky fisher, in other words, if you're going out and trying to get the big game fish, in other words, you're trying to swim in the deep end right away, and maybe you're not prepared for that. Maybe your demos aren't pro yet, or maybe you don't have as much skill or whatever. You haven't pushed the boulder up the hill, and you're being finicky about the prices you're willing to work for. That's one of the things I talked with you about. You've got to fish a lot, you've got to fish a long time, and you can't be finicky. Now you can because it's your business if you want.
Sure.
Maybe this is a little bit of tough love right now, but but then honestly, don't complain about the fact that you're not hooking fish, because when I was first starting, I was doing pan fishing. I was just trying to get jobs so I get my skill set up and I could pay the bills. And so I went for $30 jobs and $50 jobs and $75 jobs, and I just filled up my day and I was just trying to make ends meet. I went from $25 a day to $50 a day to $100 a day. Now I'm at $1,300 a day. I'm going for the big fish, but I'm still not that much of a finicky fisher. I still do that. So remember the fishing analogy and remember the direct email marketing math. Fish a lot, fish a long time, and don't be a finicky fisher if you want to be successful. Don't overthink it. And I've talked with you guys a lot about this is get a business plan that works and work it. And that's what we talk about a lot is don't panic. You're doing the right things. Maybe you have to evaluate here and there. Maybe you're not doing this or you're not doing that. But if you've got a good plan and it's working, then just keep working it. Don't panic. Don't keep your poles out of the water, checking your bait all the time and your bobber and different things like that. So that's why, just this last thing, I believe in abundance and not scarcity. There's tons of work out there. If you fish a lot, you fish for a long time, and you're not a finicky fisher. But keep those three things in mind. And then don't bellyache if you don't get the fish. If you're saying, well, I don't know, I don't open my mic, for anything less than $250. That's your business. If you want to do that, fine. But then don't complain if you don't get work. That's my point. Because I don't do that. And that's why I make over $300,000 a year.